Bit of politics now. The Azimio la Umoja Kenya has had its fair share of run-ins with their ruling Kenya Kwanza counterparts in the political arena that led to disagreements, demonstrations, and even fueled intolerance in the country following the outcome of the 2022 general poll. This series of events has now led to the two leading political factions to the table to settle their political differences and also to address the deep-rooted mistrust among them. Our reporter Abdiaziz Hashim traces the opposition's political footprint 1 year later.
To the people of Kenya, this is a momentous occasion for our country. Our politics and our elections have never failed to be emotive, engaging, and dramatic.
Since President William Ruto took over the reins of power and became the country's fifth head of state, the outcome of the 2022 general election proved to be a bitter pill to swallow for the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya led by Raila Amolo Odinga.
I repeat, the figures announced by Mr. Chebukati are null and void and must be quashed by a court of law.
This prompted the opposition chief to call for the audit of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IBC service for months on end. However, that proved to be an uphill task for the opposition as the Apex Court ruled on the matter with finality.
The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Kenya Kwanza, something that we respected and we never agreed.
We did take our matters to court, especially on the issue of the presidential election results. And the court upheld the results to our dissatisfaction.
Before the 9th of August last year, we were working to form the government. And when we were not able to form the government as it were pronounced by the Supreme Court, we took on the role of the opposition.
The ODM leader, alongside his core principles, decided to go back to the electorate and devise their next course of action following the outcome at the corridors of justice.
We say we are going to assemble at the Central Park in the city of Nairobi and march to the IBC headquarters.
Numerously, the opposition wing held rallies at the historic Kamukunji grounds where they called on their supporters to turn up in large numbers to protest the rising cost of living that was proving to be a headache for many Kenyans.
Nataka gharama ya maisha fanye nini? Simuko tayari? Simuko tayari?
And when a section of the citizenry took to the streets, tear gas canisters, clobbers, and arrests were the order of the day. Dozens were injured whilst others lost their lives in the process. The nationwide demos also saw hundreds arrested for destabilizing peace in the country. The three cycles of the demonstration forced the two ruling coalitions to come to the table through an appointed parliamentary bipartisan team led by Rarieda Member of Parliament Otiende Amolo of Azimio and Kenya Kwanza's Tharaka MP George Murugara.
That action made the ruling regime to agree to sit down with us to try and address the issues that bedevil the country.
We stopped Mandamano, and the team led by Otiende Amolo and the likes went into the talks.
So in terms of getting the people's agenda on the table, I would quickly say that we have been successful.
The talks lasted for a few months after both parties failed to reach an agreement.
Mazungumzo endelee na maandamano sambamba.
The event saw religious leaders, professional and human rights bodies urging both political factions to forego their grandstandings and engage in dialogue. The clarion call reverberated across the country and led to President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga to meet under the guise of former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo.
To enter into a constitutional, open-ended and binding dialogue with this government to find a resolution to the issues that we in Azimio have raised about the last year's election and the key governance and the cost of living issues facing our country.
The meeting between the three birthed what is known now as the National Dialogue Committee that is expected to settle the political differences between the two factions.
And here we are at Bomas, trying to address those issues in a bipartisan manner.
Initially, you know that KK had said there are no talks, we are not going to have even cost of living on the table and all those kind of things. But the fact that we are now coming from a national dialogue.
The new bipartisan talks are led by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka and National Assembly's Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah.
As far as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya is concerned, our teams have been ready.
We have also indicated that we are here to engage in good faith, in line with our laws and our constitution.
All eyes are now on the 10-member committee that is expected to end the political intolerance witnessed in the country for the last 365 days. It remains to be seen if the talks between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza will bear fruit or intensify their political rivalry, despite many Kenyans hoping that will not be the case. Abdiaziz Hashim for the Government Scorecard.